festival, and this gentlemen were singing some victory song. This is from a place named Korzok. The one on the left, the white, like the snow wala photo is from Kargil, and one on the right is from Spiti. This is from Sangitsa Lake, mostly known as the Madhuri Lake in Tawang district, Arunachal Pradesh. This is again the from the place named Changthang. I've been telling you all. This was during winters, obviously, so there is no greenery at all. This is from the famous Pangong Lake. Just that the lake is frozen, and this was not during the peak tourist season. This was shot during winter. This is again from Ladakh. So there is this interesting story about this bird. There were 3 spots where they would fly in every year for breeding and for to spend some time. Now there are 4 places obviously in India. One is obviously Ladakh. Then second one is the Santi Valley in Dirang, Arunachal Pradesh. Third one is again Zemithang in Tawang district, Arunachal Pradesh. And the 4th one is last year they were spotted in near Manus Wildlife Sanctuary in Assam. So these are the only 4 spots where they were seen in India. So these are called the black neck crane. Black neck crane. I mixed up the name. Very rare. These birds fly all the way from Siberia to breed in Indian plains. This is from Zuko Valley, Nagaland. Again, Zuko Valley. Night view of the Lake City. And that is it. Thank you.
Okay.
So before moving,
yes,
sorry.
Continue.
Yes, please. Okay,
So
I
please
just have 2 slides. Okay. So next we will be moving forward to the questions, and this is where you can see my work. Arpankalita.com is my website. So it's ever evolving. Obviously, I am changing, updating it right now. So still you can check. It's live, no worries. And you can get in touch with me on Instagram. You can DM me anytime to ask questions, obviously, and you can check my work. Also, as I said, please feel free to put forward your suggestions for the other things I can include during my talk, during my speech or presentation. I'd be most happy to incorporate them, obviously. And also, I do one thing, obviously. So I will be sending you a mail. You will be getting an official mail, which will have my phone number as well. So I am available on WhatsApp for any discussion, any question, but yeah, not available on call always. But please feel free to get in touch whenever you wish. So that is all about it. I think now we can move to the question. Stop.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
So, sir, we have a few questions from
Yes,
the
Aisha.
audience. So, the first question is from Priyanuj Kashyap Hazarika. He
Right.
says, which is the best camera for beginners to use for travel photography or daily vlogging?
Uh, your voice is
Okay,
voice.
let me.
Your voice is bit muffled. Your voice is bit muffled. Is it happening only with me?
Can you hear me now, sir? Is it okay now?
Yeah, Didi.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I think it's fine.
can you hear
Yes.
me?
Better, I think.
Okay. So, the first question is from Priyanuj. He says, which is the best camera for beginners to use for travel photography or daily vlogging? Can you hear it, sir?
I didn't get the. Yes. I think I lost the first part.
Which is the best camera for beginners for travel photography or daily vlogging?
Okay. So there are quite a few. Actually, you can start doing photography or vlogging by using your mobile camera as well. Nowadays, all our mobile smartphones have full HD capability and they have good resolution. So to start with, I think there's no need to go for a camera right away. You can start with the mobile, get hold of things like what are the things you should do. Like if someone is willing to vlog, so he or she needs to be very comfortable with facing the camera as well. So these are the things to get comfortable with all the surroundings and what is happening all around. I think the mobile camera is a good equipment to start with any day. So apart from that, if someone wishes to shift, like upgrade from a mobile camera, I think there are quite a few bridge cameras which are available. So I'm not suggesting any SLR right away. There are bridge cameras which are kind of a mix of SLR and mirrorless. So for Canon, I can name two options. That is, one is M50 Mark II and one is M200. So these two are like right now they are hot cakes in daily vlogging plus like things we all can do as a beginner traveler. So these are hot selling cameras right now. So you can look for them.
Okay, so we have Bhaskar with us and he has a few questions for you. So, Bhaskar, can you unmute yourself and ask sir the questions you want?
Sure,
Hello,
sure, sure.
hello, sir.
Hello, Bhaskar, yes. Hello.
Uh, so my first question is when we are shooting sunset and when we need the foreground as well. So if we make the exposure as it to expose the sunset, then the foreground goes dark. And if we used to like use ऐसे हम लोग एक्सपोज करें कि फोरग्राउंड अच्छा दिखे तो सनसेट
Okay.
उतना अच्छा नहीं आता तो हाउ टू फिक्स दैट
Got it. So the fix is if you expose for the sunset, the foreground becomes dark, and if you expose for the foreground, the sun or the sky part gets blown away. Right? There is no color, no like it's overexposed basically. Right?
यस यस सर
Right. So there are two ways actually for beginners. What I would suggest is don't expose either for the sun, the sky, or the foreground. You should look for a point to expose which is very neutral, like say black and white. So you should target the gray, okay, which is not very dark and not very light as well, like bright as well. So you should point for that. So this is for beginners. So to start with, you can try that. So you will get fair result. Obviously, I won't say the best of the results, but you will get fair result. And once you are a bit experienced with your camera and say you are exploring more with your camera, then the next option would be using a tripod and do multiple exposures. One for the brighter part, one for the mid-tones, that is the gray, as I said, and one for the darker part. And then you go home and blend them together to get the proper exposure. So that is a bit advanced, but to start with, you can always target the gray part and get, what do I say, evenly distributed light throughout the frame. Okay?
Okay, sir. Sir, I have another question. Yeah, sir. Sir, I have another question. Sir, when we
Please go ahead.
basically night sky, like Milky Way and all.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. So
Yes,
then, how we find like how we can find a good foreground, like for composing a good landscape at night, like to add a Milky Way and how we can add a good foreground.
Okay. So, thing is, the best option is to visit that particular place at daytime as well, so that you know the spot. Wherever you are visiting, suppose you are visiting, let's say Guwahati. So, and wish to click the Milky Way from some spot in Guwahati. So what you do is you visit that place particularly in daytime when there is full light and you can see the surroundings, and then you mark your spots from where you can probably which are the angles or which are the elements you can use it as your foreground, and then again at night you go using some headlights and headlamps, you go to that particular spot and frame your image. Okay, that can be one way. Or many a times, many photographers, what they do is they reach the place just before nightfall, like just before sunset, so that they make their frame wait there to the sun to go down, and then they click their photograph.
Is that all, Bhaskar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we also have Sauradeep Bhaiya with us who has a few questions. After that, I'll take up questions from the audience. Sauradeep Bhaiya, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah. Thank you, Aisha, and thanks a lot for the session, Arpan sir. It was really fantastic. The shot of the snow leopard was absolutely incredible. Sir, my question, I have actually two questions for you. The first question being that you say that you are a landscape and travel photographer, and when we see your gear, those are two massive and absolutely beast full frame cameras, the 5D Mark IV and the 5D Mark II, if I'm not wrong. So, sir, why haven't you? So why haven't you thought of going to shifting to mirrorless? Because we have some incredible cameras like the R5, R6, or the newly launched R3. And not only are they portable, but they are also pretty powerful. So, sir, what's your take on mirrorless for landscape and travel?
Okay. So, first thing is, I think I have already mentioned, I have been using my Mark II since 2011. It will be 10 years next January, actually. So, that is one thing. And I've been using my 5D Mark IV since last 3 years. So, most of my gears, the lens and the other gears, are into DSLRs and all. So that is one reason, obviously. Plus, the mirrorless are introduced newly, be it the US R, RP, R5, R6, R3 as well. So they are very new. So I haven't thought of shifting, but the sad news is all the camera companies are probably scrapping down the DSLR thing from their dictionary. So in coming 2-3 years,
Yes,
we all have to shift to mirrorless. So that is one concern, obviously. But with the gears, all I have, if you see the lenses I mentioned, they are EF lens, EF mount lens, and the mirrorless, the mirrorless ones they use the RF mount lens. So you can say, you can say that I am still using the gears I have already, and I don't have new gear. New gears. The newest gear I have is the camera. The last time I bought a lens was the 100-400. That was way back in 2016. So I have been using all my old gears as well. But yeah, I as a Canon mentor, I get to use a lot of R3. Like I haven't
Yes,
used the R3
absolutely.
yet.
Absolutely.
R5, R6 are extensively I've used, and I'm very happy to happy with the performances.
Yes, sir.
So if someone is willing to shift to mirrorless, they can go obviously. Even the Nikon cameras or other makes like Sony.
Yes.
Sony is obviously known for
No.
the mirrorless technology. So you can definitely switch if you're looking for.
Yes, I shoot Nikon, so that's why I was keen on asking you about the mirrorless. And sir, the second question being, when you are shooting at challenging locations like Ladakh with sub-zero temperatures and different day-to-day problems which can happen while shooting and even while shooting long exposure shots. Like just to
Right.
take the example, recently Nimit Nigam, one of India's, he ended up destroying his Alpha 7R Mark III while shooting a while shooting a canyon in Gujarat. So sir, what protection measures do you take while you go for shoot into locations which are not normal from a geographical point of view?
So see, obviously, first concern is always your safety, obviously. So that is the primary.
Yes,
Once you are safe, you are alive, then you can always come back and get a new camera. Not right away, not right away maybe, but yeah, obviously. Then taking care of camera is very essential, like weather-wise as well. Sunny, dusty, wintry, snowy, everything.
Yes, exactly.
So weather as well. I think I've been lucky that somehow I started using Canon gear from the year 2001, like right from a point and shoot camera to my first DSLR, then to full frames. They are, I can vouch for that. They are much better than other makers, weather-wise, weather shield-wise. So that is one thing. Then I would like to share that I actually my 5D Mark II and 1740 mm. I dropped it during a trek to Sandakphu in the year 2014. They are still alive and they are still working. I repaired my 1740 because there was an outer breakage last two days back. So 6 years I have been using it without repairing. So in that way, I think that's much rugged SLR. So that's why I am more keen on SLRs as well. Like adding one more point to the
absolutely, I get your
question. So they are more sturdy, so more reliable, more heavy. So again, just right. So just one more example. If you know, there is a famous wildlife photographer named Shibang Mehta. So he's another Canon mentor, much senior. Obviously. So he is also known. He is known for using DSLRs as camera traps. So he has been doing it very prominently, and you could say he's a pioneer in India for that.
Exactly.
So, so 1.5 year. No, during last lockdown. In Corbett, he dropped off his 5D Mark II from a cliff, so which was about 70 feet height. So he had to get help. He had to get help from some locals who went down that cliff, and he found that camera like hanging to a tree and something like that, and which was battered badly. But thankfully it was a Canon, and from the next day itself he was using it.
Fantastic.
So I would say other gears are bad, but yeah, I can vouch for Canon.
Thank you so much, sir. It's been an amazing session of yours.
Thank you so much.
Next up, sir, we have a question from Rachiraj Das. He says he has been facing an issue while capturing long exposure photographs because in cold and foggy region the lens becomes blurry. So how can he protect his lens from becoming foggy?
Okay, so that is, I think, a very common issue. It depends a lot on weather as well. So we have, if you all remember, I showed a photograph of the star trails. So we have many spoiled star trails, like because just probably we were clicking 100 shots, and probably the 40th shot or 50th shot was covered with fog and all. So we cannot basically stick them together because there's a gap. So this is a very common phenomena, and there is nothing very specific you can do. All you can do is your lens very warm, so that it doesn't fog around the lens at least, or the lens does not get condensed. So that much you can do. Weather-wise, obviously, you cannot control that. You can keep it away from fog and something like that. So to keep your lens warm, what we do is basically we travel to a lot of winter regions or colder regions. So we carry a lot of neck warmers and stuff, mufflers maybe, or any warm clothes. So once we know that the weather might change every now and then, so we wrap the lens, the outer part of it, with a warmer, neck warmer maybe, or muffler or something like that. So that can be one option. But yeah, weather we cannot control, obviously. It can come any day.
Okay, next we have a question from Suramya Bhaiya. He says, like, one of the questions that has been bothering him for a long time is understanding when to take color photos and when to opt for black and white photos. So he personally finds colors overwhelming in some compositions, where his main focus is the nature of the subject, and colors do not add much to the composition. So is this a good practice?
Yes, see, there is no hard and fast rule that one photo needs to be, say, a portrait. There's no hard and fast rule that a portrait should be black and white or it should be color. Similarly, it goes with landscapes as well. So it also depends on the overall atmosphere in what you are seeing while clicking, and at times also the mood, your mood when you are working with the photograph. So at times happens like people are kind of sad maybe, or very moody, or a bit depressed. So so it depends on the presentation part, like it reflects on the presentation of the photograph. So happens then one can be a reason. Suppose two friends, suppose he and me are traveling together to a particular place, and we have a similar kind of shot, and probably he developed his photograph to be a colored one. So I don't have any option because it's similar light, similar time. So I might opt for a black and white. But it depends a lot on the mood. Obviously, the second point is more valid. So the person who is clicking and working on the photograph, his mood or her mood definitely reflects on the photograph. So it can be color, it can be a black and white as well. So there is nothing to worry that someone may think that I am unable to click good or create good black and white photographs, or some. So there are people obviously who are mostly into black and white. They do not show you or upload any color photographs on their social media or website. So they are black and white specialists. So there are color specialists as well. But there are people like us as well who do both. So there is no right or wrong. It's up to you how you wish to show your photograph. So it's just a like you can say thing in mind that keeps on bothering you, but it becomes more creative.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, and next we have another question that I have a basic DSLR, but my okay, this is from Devraj Rana. He says he has a basic DSLR, but his captured images are not up to the mark. So, is it required to improve his photography skill or upgrade lenses or any equipment?
Okay, so I think we need to know for how many years he is using that basic SLR, and so that would be helpful for me to answer, I think. But anyways, so see, it's not always about the year.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
No. So it's not always about the gear. At times we need to think about uplifting ourselves as well. So if suppose I think if a person buys a camera, be it a basic DSLR, be it a professional DSLR, I think he or she should use it at least for 3 to 4 years, so that at least he knows how to get the best out of it. And as I said during my presentation, reading the manual, knowing your camera, its limitations, its specializations, what are the things it can offer to you is very, very important. So probably uh, you should try to change your approach for a while, maybe a month or two, try to do things differently uh, than the things you are doing now, and see if results changes. Because even if you get a new upgraded camera, and if you are doing the thing, so changing, I would suggest an upgradation right now. But yeah, and also I have shared my social media handle, so you can share your photograph, and then probably I could assess it properly, right?
Yes. Yes, sir. Okay, so yeah, Samatita, take
Yes,
over.
sir. There was more question by Numail Lashkar. So, what things make a photo perfect? It's the beauty or the message?
Okay. So you can think about it that way. The photographer and the viewer, so both will have different interpretations, right? The photographer will have different interpretation, and the viewer will have different interpretation. So it differs from person to person. So again, you need to know the purpose of that photograph. So if I am doing an assignment, that would mean something different. If I am shooting for myself, that would be a bit different. If I am shooting for a magazine, that's a different thing. If I'm shooting for a particular, say, for travel blogging, maybe, so that would be different. So the different the approach, the different the outcome as well. I hope I could communicate it well.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, there was another question by Rohan Dev. What are some of the biggest lessons in the business of photography you have learned along the way?
I won't say business. I always look at it at art's perspective. So the thing I learned, firstly, the thing I learned is learning never ends actually. So we all are learners. So probably if I am answering your questions today, I am learning something as well. So this never ends. The day you learn ending, you end learning, you will stop growing as well. So that is one thing I have learned.
Then there is another question like, what was your career path? How did you get from being an aspiring photographer to doing it full time, like a full time photographer?
Okay, so this actually this started, and see, at times you get lucky, and at times you have to work very, very hard. So I was, you can say on my part, it was both. So first, the first day, I got my first basic DSLR. I got an assignment out of nowhere. I didn't even know how to operate the camera. So assignment, as in, it was obviously non-financial. It was more of a exposure kind of a thing. But yeah, I got some work obviously, and that person was kind enough to say that no worries, you take 1 month's time, you learn to operate the camera, and then we do the shoot. So that was obviously something not all will come and offer to you. So I was a bit lucky on that front. Then obviously uh, it how it helps in growing is to grow a community, maybe, or being in a community. So knowing people, discussing with them, Like I worked in the year 2012. If you all remember or not, I'm not very sure. So there was a show on MTV. It's called MTV Sound Tripping. So the concept of the show was that the team will travel to a particular place, meet some musicians, meet some local artists, and they create a song over there. So that was the main concept. So I was lucky enough that the DOP was a senior of mine, and he just insisted that I should come along with him and learn a few things maybe. So that helped. I went there, I learned, I met new people. So similar things keep on happening. So building that community is very important apart from learning. And again, in being inside that community, you get to learn a lot. And when I say a community, it's not only about photographers. It can be any artist. It can be a general human being as well, like our parents, our family, our siblings. So it can be anyone. So, but being in a community will always help. See, just for an example, suppose a person have 1 lakh followers on Instagram, but if you see or go through some 10, 15, 12 past uploads from his or her feed, what we will see is there will be some particular person who are commenting regularly. So either they are his or her blind followers that I love this person, I love his work or her work, and I am there for him or her, or probably his closest of friends. Okay, so that is the community I am talking about. Otherwise, you are not growing. That constant push should be there from a few people. Then obviously the greater community is there. I hope you got my point.
Yeah. So there is another question from Suhail. Like, what are the photography competitions in which we can participate on the beginning stage?
Okay, there are a lot of photography competitions. I do not recall. I am that's a wrong question for me actually, because I am a non-competition person. So I do not participate in competitions, and somehow it happened that right from the beginning I have always been judging. I don't know how I entered that phase. So I'm even for Photography Club of Assam, I am not being an executive member, being the vice president. I am not supposed to enter any competitions of the club. So all I need to do is judging. So somehow I stayed away from that. But yeah, there are quite a few competitions that happen. Recently, we concluded one yearly competition that is called PUHOR, the annual exhibition of photography competition. That happens. The notification floats every year in between May, June, July. So that happens. So there are a lot of clubs, there's a forums on Facebook as well, which keep on sharing competitions. There are a few websites where if you subscribe once, you get the notification that a competition is happening. So one can look for them and participate. But yeah, don't just that. If you're good, you will definitely get prizes. But don't focus on the prizes. Always focus on learning. So at times, therefore, just on the back end, I would like to say that at times I do participate in competition, even the paid ones. There are competitions where the participant needs to pay. So I do, not for the prize. I win prizes at times as well, but to see what the other contributors have in their entry, to probably get a comparison what others are doing, also to see what the world is doing. So I think I missed a point during the PPT. I remember saying that I'll come to that later, that how to read light and all, right? So let me just put in here that what you can do is, obviously we again predicting light is something that won't come in a day or maybe a lifetime. Okay, because the weather keeps on changing every now and then. What you can do is you can check photographs, like see a lot of photographs. Nowadays, it's very easy to check social media handles, be it on Facebook, Instagram, or personal website. So it's very easy. So once you start seeing a lot of photographs, you get to know. Suppose you are traveling to Agra to see the Taj Mahal, and it's winter. Say it's January. So if you can just put on the keywords Agra Taj Mahal January, so you will get to see the atmosphere that is there, that you will find there in Taj Mahal by seeing photographs from other photographers. So you already know what is the atmosphere will be. So you can somehow predict or at least estimate that the light will be this much dimmed or this much harsh, or there won't be a light, only it will only be fog. So these are the few things you can learn by seeing a lot of photographs, and we still do. When I say we, I know quite a few photographers who are very close friends, so we still do that.
It was very insightful, sir. So we have our last two questions, and I would like to combine it. Like, which photographers influenced you, and please tell us the story behind your favorite photo.
Okay. So say I follow and see a lot of photographs, but photographers, but trust me, I won't name anyone because not because I want to hide something or something like that, but whenever I see the photograph, I see only the photograph. I don't see the name. Okay, so it is always about that art I see and I get inspired from, not the person. There are lot of like there are many photographers from India and abroad as well who are very good friends. Like we keep on chit chatting every now and then, like exchanging text messages, be it Instagram DMs. So we do it. Even they would tell the same thing that yes, I know Arpan, but I know him through his art. Or he once my photograph is on his feed or her feed, he or she won't look at the name who has uploaded, but he will just see the art. If it's good, it's good. Otherwise, it's not good because he is a friend of mine or she is a friend of mine. Okay, so that is something we kind of that my community at least we try to maintain. That अगर ये बुरा है, if it's bad, we can come up to him or go up to him or her and tell upfront that this is not happening, this is not the art you create, or this is not something we are expecting from you. So inspiration, and if you say about inspiration, I am inspired by Mahendra Singh Dhoni, MS Dhoni, for his patience and calmness. Don't look up to him as a cricketer, but the mental peace he brings to the team or the surroundings around. So that is something I do. I do strange things. I get inspired from strange things, and मतलब कहीं भी कुछ भी उठा के I get inspired.
So thank you, sir. Thanks for giving your precious time.
Just a second, Samadhita.
Yeah.
Okay, there'll be a form link in the chat section. So all of you are required to fill that form to get the certificates. Yeah, you can carry on now, Samadhita.
Yeah. So thank you, sir, for giving your precious time and encouraging all the budding photographers to pursue their passion. We are hoping to have you in campus. I mean, like when things get normal. And lastly, I would like to thank this wonderful audience for being with us throughout the session and making this event a huge success. We will have you tomorrow at 5:45 p.m. in the presence of Ratika ma'am.
Right. Can I just say an ending note maybe?
Yeah, sure,
sir.
Right. So thank you once again to all the organizers. You are doing great job. So keep inspiring, also keep creating. Wish you all the best, and I will definitely look forward. I'll talk to Canon personally that we should do a campus workshop when things are okay and we are allowed to travel. So that is assured from my side. I'll try my best, and obviously like sitting in front of the laptop or desktop and interacting is something we all are not very comfortable with. Just that last 2 years have made us do this, right? So that is one thing, obviously. And to all the audience, thank you so much who have participated. I look forward to interact with you all. Please feel free. Also, I would like to give you all my number. Again, I would like to say before that I am not available on call. Like not always, 24/7. I'm not available on, because I'm saying this because there are people who would call at 2 a.m. at night and ask questions. So
Yes, sir.
don't do that. Okay. But yeah, drop a text whenever I'm free, whenever I'm discussing photography or doing stuff like that. I will definitely get back to you. And also, I will send you a mail so that you can keep in touch, and you can go to my website and subscribe to my blog as well, so that you get any notifications that about my activities. Okay. Also, in coming days, if you all are interested, then we are actually launching some physical outdoor activities. Waiting for some government notifications on what are the travel restrictions and stuff. So we look forward to host you there. I'll be sharing all of the details on my Instagram or Facebook. So keep looking out. And please note my number. That is 97060333594. Okay, 97060333594. So for queries, you are most welcome. Just that I will get back to you only as and when I am free. Not you may not get instant reply. So please be patient and keep clicking, keep seeing the good light, and keep sharing the good light.
Yes, sir. So just a second. I request everyone to switch on the camera so that we can take a screenshot, like a virtual group photo.
Right.
So everyone who's present, please switch on the cameras so that we can see you guys.
Aisa, you count, then click. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You count 3 or 5 maybe.
Function or print na?
Her Windows print screen. Yeah. Okay. Okay. On the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Yes.
Take one more.
Yes, just a second, sir. Yes.
Take one like this, maybe, so that everybody smiles at least.
Yeah, you can all like show victory, peace sign, or smile.
Right.
That would be great.
Right. That would be great.
Okay. Yes, it's done. Okay, thank you, everyone. Yeah, it was wonderful having you all here. Yes, sir.
So thank you, Mr. Kalita. It was a great experience for all of us, and
Thank you, sir.
we are looking forward to welcome you in our campus. Our campus is very
Definitely.
beautiful one. So particularly during this winter time, so there are so many birds. Many birds are here. So we'll be looking forward